WTF Shock Troopers, welcome to the Friday, August 12th episode of WTF Central Oregon, where I give you my uncensored view on Central Oregon life, news, and events. As usual, I am your host and conquistador of the cause, Jeremy Johnson. I must apologize for my lack of a beard in this episode, as my beard kind of fell casualty to last episode's filming. But don't worry, Central Oregon, it will be back, I promise. Hopefully last night passing out tickets to WTF Central Oregon at Munchin Music is going off well. If you are a recipient of one of these tickets, tell me how you think of the show so far. I'd be really happy to hear it. Also, to the newbies, please feel free to share this with your friends that you think will like the show. Okay, enough with the filler crap, on to the news. Once again, the battle between cyclists and motorists rages on, this time in East Bend on Alfalfa Market Road. Motorists in Alfalfa are increasingly frustrated with the cyclists, and cyclists are returning the sentiment. Many sections of Alfalfa Market Road have steep hills, sharp turns, and areas where drivers' reaction time to cyclists is extremely impaired. Also, motorists are encouraging bicyclists to move further to the right of the road. Like, in the fucking bike lane? There's a reason the bike lanes are there, you spandex-clad douche knuckles. If you want to ride side by side like some eco-friendly version of a Chips episode, please be sure to have your last will and testament fully completed, as you are probably going to die. Like I have said before, right-of-way laws are just that. Stupid-ass words on a fancy piece of paper. Common sense dictates that right-of-way goes to that which can and will kill you. How about this? Cyclists stay in the bike lane, motorists stay out of the bike lane. I think that's a compromise that both sides can easily work with. And just because your bike may cost more than most people's vehicles that live in Alfalfa doesn't mean that you are invincible. A well-placed 1981 Ford F-150 pickup truck will probably fix that attitude real fast. Or kill you. Either way, you probably deserve it. Okay, on to the next story. The Best of Ben segment of The Source Weekly has just been released this Wednesday. So instead of reading all of them off, I will just pick out a choice few and give you my insight on them. First up, Best Local Band, Mosley Wada followed by Larry and His Flask. Arguably, both bands are great, but no 2011 Grand Champions at the Battle of the Bands, where's the Necktie Killer love? Second, Best Casual Dining, Brother John's. Okay. I imagine the service is pretty good when half of your staff is doing rails of coke in the back office. Don't quote me on that, just my own personal observation. Third, Best Family Dining goes to Red Robin. Sure, the kids are having fun, but the adults are too busy trying to cut their table in half with their foreheads to the rhythmic clapping of the birthday song for the 8th time during that one sitting. Fourth, Best Burger in Town, Pilot Butte Drive-In followed by Dandy's. I 2/3 agree with this. In my own personal opinion, I think Hardee's is the best burger in town, followed closely by Pilot Butte, and then Dandy's. Fifth, Best Use of Excessive Amounts of Snow, the 4th of July at Mount Bachelor. Really? Do I have to bring up Brother John's again? Sixth, Best Athlete, Max King. Really? Has anybody heard of Chris Horner? You know, Tour de France? Sure, he did a faceplant in the surrender capital of the world, and kind of followed suit, but I've heard way more about Horner than King. Seventh, Best Auto Repair, Happy Danes. Survey says, look up Daniel Automotive and prepare to be wowed. Eighth, Best Guys Night Out, Stars Cabaret. Sure, if you want your guys' night out to be an impromptu high school reunion, or you have that sudden urge to see your babysitter naked. And finally, Best Local Internet Personality. There wasn't one. There really wasn't one. But you know what, the show's only 2 months old, so maybe next year, Source Weekly. And now on to our final story of the day. Keeping in fashion with the Source's Best of Ben, I have a prediction to make for the Central Oregon's best local athlete of next year. Or as I'd like to say, athletes. Ben South Little League is on fire, Central Oregon. After last night's nail-biting victory against Washington, our fun-sized boys in blue march on to go play Montana to find out who's going to go to the Little League World Series. And seeing as how I only have one blue hat with the letter B on it, I am reclassifying my beloved Brooklyn Dodgers hat to the new Ben South Little League hat. That is until I actually find a Ben South Little League hat. Bring home the championship, guys. You're making our entire town proud. And that's it for our local news. Time for local events. And speaking of my pick for best local band, Necktie Killer will be playing tonight, I think at the Domino Room, and I think for $15, and I'm not quite sure what time, but when I do find out, I will post it on my Facebook and Twitter page before the event kicks off. So if you do get a chance to go out and see them, go out there and find out why they are one of my favorite local bands. And if you are a fan of my show that is also a local musician, please feel free to shoot me an email or send me a message letting me know when your next event is. I'll be happy to promote it on my show. In closing, I am pretty sure there are many people out there as fans that are greater at making stuff than I am. I had a new vision of what I want the new official WTF Central Oregon vehicle to be, and this is it. I have the engine and some of the parts needed, but honestly, I'm not really good at engineering stuff. But if you want something taken apart with no hope of putting it back together, then I am your man. And today's winner for Tuesday's comment contest is Jenna Dart. Congratulations, Jenna. Shoot me a comment or an email, find out a way I can get a hold of you, so Enjoy Bend, Oregon and myself can get you your t-shirt. Sorry, Shock Troopers, I don't really have anything to give away today, but I am working on that for future episodes. Okay, I'm done for the day. As usual, you can find me on my Facebook, my Twitter, my YouTube, my email, and even on my WTFcentraloregon.com page. So like, subscribe, send a message. Spread the word to your friends. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you all. Be safe, Central Oregon. I'm out. Hopefully last night my something tired. Also to the newbies, fuck my knee. Like I have said before, Jesus Christ, what's up with the fucking traffic right now? Ugh, always when I'm filming my show. Like I have said before, I don't know what I said before. And just because your bicycle may cost more than most of you... A well-placed 1981 Ford F-150 Pippi Longstocking. Maybe for the kids, but most of the adults are spending their time with their thumb up their asses. I don't know. 6th, best athlete. Rick Astley. I just Rick rolled myself. That's awesome.